wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force him off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn one.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Bouchard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak is...
Alrighty, and welcome back, race fans, to the USSA iRacing League. I am your Wednesday night host, Joshua Norton, tonight joined by Patrick Millette. We're down here at Charlotte Motor Speedway racing the 110 horsepower trucks. It's a nice, cool 78 degrees tonight down here, 45 degrees humidity, clear skies, and low winds. Nighttime race down at Charlotte. Got some qualifying underway a couple of times up on the board. We were a little late getting started tonight, some technical difficulties, but just in time for the race. Still plenty of qualifying left. Right now, fastest time on the board is going to be Ted Newman at 29.868. We got... I don't know how to pronounce Jake's last name. I want to say it's Helly. Do you happen to know, Pat?
I do not, but I can jump on and ask the guy. We don't mess it up here tonight.
Yeah, if you want to go take a trackside visit there for us, just to make sure we're pronouncing everyone's names right. Most everyone else shouldn't be cause for too much issue. Most of our drivers I already know. But Jake down there in right now at second place position, 29.937. Just a little less of a tenth separating first and second here at qualifying tonight.
And it is Jake Helly. I just had a little chat with him.
That is what I thought.
Yeah, you just never know. It could be French or something, or German, who knows.
I've met so many people in my lifetime, all with, some people with the exact same pronunciation on the last name, but spelled completely different, and I've met some people with the exact same spelling, but pronounced two completely different ways, so you never quite know.
Got Mr. Bonner jumping on the track now to set some times.
We'll be checking in with the number 11 here in just a moment. Right now, we're watching the 76 of Tony Lane get that truck out there. He is just finishing his times, maybe. I don't see him on the leaderboard.
He is P2.
Oh, he is.
At the moment.
I was looking lower for some reason. I didn't see him swap with Jake.
He's not gonna like that. You hear no confidence in our teammate on Monday nights.
Nothing about confidence there. Just
you look at the bottom first before you look at the top. That's not having any confidence.
To be fair, I thought he was on his first lap when I started looking. Oh, funny games up here, but Newman gonna get bumped down to second now. Morgan Lilly is gonna take first place on the qualifying board of 29.820. Pretty quick time there. Let's go ahead and...
Must be an old timer. You don't see many Morgans.
Not too many. I do actually have a good friend of mine. I think we are just a couple months apart in age, and his name is also Morgan. One of the few that I know.
You got what? Archer to run the time still. Damian, Justice as well. The last two not on the board.
Joseph Bonner going to post in with a 29.992, putting him sixth quickest for now. George Wright also out on the track currently. Just as I pan over to him, spinning almost into the grass on turn 1. Finishing up his times. He will clock himself. If I can find him on the board. There he is. 12th quickest. Sorry, it's been a long day. 12th quickest. 30.166. And I think, yeah, just 2 other people have yet to post a time. Archer Miller in the 27 and the 001 of Damian Justice not yet on the board. Not much time left here to get their laps down. We'll have to see if they're opting to start from the back of the grid tonight here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Drivers are talking about lack of grip or start, and then the tires going away really fast. So the attrition should be pretty interesting tonight. See how they all handle that. Different strategies of running hard and not running hard, and should make for some good racing. You can run multiple lines, especially in 1 and 2.
Yeah, Charlotte.
Where you're kind of stuck where you're going to be in the middle or kind of low, but the low is definitely preferred. But should be good.
Well, getting some reports. I am a little quiet. I have my microphone maxed out. Maybe had a little too far
right
from my face. I forget just how noise canceling this microphone can be at times, and I let it wander a little too far. But yeah, dude, Charlotte, I love watching people race down here at Charlotte. There's definitely a couple of different lines you can run, even without the 110 horsepower. On top of that, I mean, like you said, these guys are going to be fighting grip. It's going to be pretty wild. I'm hearing around 15 plus laps on a set of tires gets a little squirrely, so let's see how these guys handle it, how much saving comes into play. They get about just over 30 laps, I think, a tank. So, you know, if you're running out of tire about halfway through, you're going to be in for a rough 15 to 20 laps after the fact. Maybe even longer if some of these guys can save some fuel.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be interesting. It usually pays off to take care of your stuff here, so I'm not sure about their sets of tires they have tonight. Can you have that information? It might be just 3.
I think they get 3 spare sets. I think they get 1 for every pit stop that they'll have to make for fuel and 1 extra just in case. Yeah, I may have to go into my microphone settings there and adjust some volumes. I'll try to make sure I am projecting my voice the best I can tonight. You guys can hear Patrick okay over there, I hope. If not, just let me know. I can turn him up a tad.
So we got 50 seconds here. I'm probably going to get on the mic here and tell these boys what's going on and get this race started.
Yes, sir, you do that. And while you give them the rundown, I will be running us through the grid and talking about where everyone's starting and some names to watch out for.
Don't forget to say Tony because you've already insulted him once.
Yeah, I'll make sure I talk him up real good. There you go. Turned Patrick up a little bit. You guys should be able to hear him a little better. Got a little leeway.
They probably don't want to hear me, but it's all right.
They will have to deal.
Here we go.
Just now noticing, looking at the qualifying tower, we got the Caruso family there starting 8th and 9th from the looks of it.
I didn't even know there was another Caruso. We raced with Paul in the Super Late Models.
Yeah, his uncle Frank has decided to join us for the trucks, so pretty interested to see if Frank can keep up with Paul. I know he is a pretty good Super Late Model driver. We'll have to see if it runs in the family. All right, and let's get this rundown for the grid. Starting in row number 1, P1, we got Morgan Lilly, and they're outside. Starting P2, we got Ted Newman. Row number 2 is going to bring in Tony Lane. Starting P3 and P4, Sean Harrell. Row number 3, starting P5, we got Jake Kelly and his outside, Joseph Bonner. Definitely someone to keep an eye on. He has surprised some people in these trucks. Curious to see how he'll handle the 110% horsepower. It's a little tricky here at Charlotte. Starting row number 4, Patrick, it's saying you're starting P7th. How are you doing that from up here?
I have no idea. I disqualified myself out, and I didn't run a qualifying lap.
I think it's messing up a little bit because we got Patrick Millette starting P7th and starting also P7th. We have Travis Trevelyan. I think it's Trevelyan. We're going to go with that. I think Travis is our actual P7 starter there. Moving on, we got row number 5. We got Paul Caruso starting P8th. That'll be to the outside of Travis, the row prior. And then Frank Caruso starting P9. Grid is a little messed up now, but will suffice. Row number 6, starting P10th, we've got Tyler Atkins, and P11 will bring Joshua Hart. Starting P12th, we've got George Wright, and starting P13th, we've got Tim Klesch, I believe is how you say that one.
we should have asked about that last
Yeah,
name.
definitely should have asked about that one. I want to say it's Klesch. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know, and I will fix that. Starting P14th, we've got Kyle Bishop, and starting P15th, we've got Jonathan Stidham. Kyle is another name you're definitely going to want to look out for in these trucks. He has a couple of wins under his belt in these pre-season exhibition races already. He definitely knows how to handle these things, especially with 110% horsepower. Interested to see what he pulls off tonight. Jonathan Stidham, another very notable truck driver. Someone I have raced with personally plenty of times and tends to do fairly well. Moving on, starting at P16th, we've got Russell. Should have asked about that one too. I want to say it's Blaise.
I bet the L is silent.
The L
It's
may be
French.
silent. That is a good possibility. We will find out when people start yelling at me from the crowd. Starting P17th, we've got Canadian Patrick.
Yeah.
That is the running joke around here. Still cannot remember how to properly pronounce your last name, Patrick, but I will learn it by the end of the season. We are green already. Starting P18th, we've got Mikey Allen, and P19th, Damian Justice, and that should round out our field. Starting P20th, we've got Archer Miller. Out here joking around a little too much. Let's go ahead and catch up to the front of the group here. You're going with a nice TV shot. Get our tower back up and running, and Morgan Lilly will lead the first lap of the race. Newman right behind them. The rest of the field almost a second back from the leader already after one lap. Hopefully Morgan down there is not running tires too hard because they will be paying the price for that rather soon.
Oh, got a wreck in the back here coming off in the middle 1 and 2. He saved it, the black car there.
That would be the 73 of George Wright. Just
He looked
missed
like
it.
he got some help around there. I don't know who helped him, but
Luckily for everybody, everyone seems to have saved the oncoming incident. They kept everything underneath of them, and we are still green flag racing. Got a couple of drivers without their full information filled out, but certain drivers you guys will see as we cycle through the field here with their age and hometown or city that they currently live in. Up to them what they choose to put. Should also show team affiliation for anyone that wants to learn who's racing with who and who's all working together down there on that pavement.
Looks like it was the 18 of Joshua Hart that got into the 73 there. Got him loose, but saved it.
It's all around exceptional driving as we go 3 wide right now already. Gonna cycle back out to 2 wide, and Joshua Hart will make the pass on the 14 on the outside through turns 1 and 2. Looking mostly single file through the majority of the field, especially the top 10. Joseph Bonner really hugging the rear bumper there of the 20. It says 22 on my end. I'm seeing a 25 on the car for Sean Harrell.
Great season. Maybe some of these guys haven't got there. I think the 25 is an overlay of he hasn't have his numers off, so he has his number underneath. It looks like a little mistake on his part.
Yeah, I was gonna say, now that I'm looking at it, it looks like the number is overlaying a little bit. Not too big a deal. Things like these will be sorted out.
You'll need to fire the vinyl guy for that.
Give him a nice stern talking to. Joseph Bonner did make the pass on Sean there. He is now in the top 3, trying to run down Ted Newman and Morgan Lilly, our 2 race leaders at the current moment.
The fearless leader of LJG Racing, they are very represented. They have 5 drivers out there tonight.
I think they got the full team for LJG Racing then.
I don't know how they have any room for any more.
Ah, there we go. I had the wrong driver box up. No wonder none of the information was coming up. The 11 of Joseph Bonner down there. You can see the profile picture and city.
It is preseason for us too, and it's our first broadcast, so they should cut us some breaks tonight.
Yeah, everything gets smoothed out and sorted as we go. Using a couple of new things that I haven't touched in some time, so.
I mean, by week 1, week 2 will be a pretty elite broadcast, I would say.
Definitely one of the best around, if I have to say so myself.
Is Newman starting to gain here a little bit on Lilly?
It looks like there's been a little bit of a reeling in and letting the cast out. A little bit of rubber band in there between the 2. I've seen them drop down to close to about 2/10, and I've seen them drop back out to about half a second. So a little bit of back and forth between the 2 race leaders currently, first and second place.
It's pretty spread out throughout the field. I'm kind of surprised it is, but it's gonna get. I think it'll get interesting here in a couple of laps once the tires start falling off. We'll start seeing some coming and going.
Yeah, things should liven up real soon. Like I said, was hearing they're getting about 15, maybe 18 laps before the tires start really showing the wear. It is pretty rough here with the, with the added horsepower in these trucks, and it really shows. Here's Ted Newman now reeling Morgan Lilly in a little bit more, dropping that distance, dropping that time there, almost 2/10 flat between the 2. We'll have to keep an eye on that time gap there as we cycle through the field a little bit here. Show off some more of the drivers we got here racing with us in the USSA Truck Series. We got Paul Caruso, Tony Lane, and Joshua Hart all in shot right now. Nice battle between the 18 and the 76.
A little bit of contact.
Joshua Hart. A heated battle here for 6th place, right behind Paul Caruso.
And Joshua Hart, he started P11, so he is moved up here 7 spots now, 6 spots, 5 spots, something like that.
Yeah, I think Joshua Hart has been our hard charger for the first 15 laps of this race. He has been making short work of this field, getting through it and trying to find that clean air up front. He only has to hope he doesn't use up too much tire in doing so, because he's still got some laps to go before it's time to pit.
He was P2 in practice. He had a lot of speed. He was P1 for most of the time. So he does have some speed. We'll see what the long run looks like for him, but it seems like he is going forward. Trying to start working on this 06 here.
He's definitely moving slowly now as he reels in Paul Caruso in the 06. A little bit of a battle here between Jake Kelly and Frank Caruso. 69 of Jake Kelly is going to make the pass on the outside through turns 1 and 2. That it seems to be a pretty common theme tonight down here at Charlotte. That high line is quick. The only thing you got to be careful about is using up too much tire too quickly. Tyler Atkins back here rounding out the top 10. Started 10th, still hanging out in 10th. Taking care of the truck, taking it easy, and not overdriving early on in this 100-lap race. Russell Blaze, another driver. Wow. Oh my God. Why can I not pronounce my R's tonight? What is going on? Another driver who has slowly been making their way up through the field. Started 16th, is currently 12th, knocking at the back door of the top 10. Working his way up there. And just as I zoom in on the man himself, Mikey Allen in the 67, he gets into a battle for 14th or 13th there with the 37 of Kyle Bishop, who is currently making his way up through the field now.
Old man Stidham putting it in the hole there and coming through and taking advantage of all the work the other driver did. So that's good for him.
Yes, definitely. You really got to take advantage, especially as these tires fall off. When someone opens the door and makes room, sometimes it's worth it to shoot that gap. Not much has changed with our race leaders up front. Morgan Lilly still leading this race, and Newman just behind, shy of half a second.
Yeah, Newman had it down to about a 10th. He was running about a 10th faster and got to his bumper, and then Newman started running a couple laps faster and faster, and now he's stretching it back out again here, like you said, almost to a half a second.
Yeah, it seems to still be some rubber banding between the top two there.
Looks like we had a change for third as well. Sean Harrell is past Mr. Bonner.
Sean Harrell still trying to hang on to that top 3 later in this run, 20 laps in. If you remember...
He's running.
I was going to say, if you remember, Sean is who Joseph passed there for third place, and Sean manages to take it back for now. While these guys run their race and at least attempt to take care of their vehicles, let's go ahead and take a look at some of our movers and shakers. Right now, our fastest 5 for 5. Kyle Bishop right now, top of the leaderboard, fastest truck on the track out of a 5-lap average. Jonathan Stidham right behind him. Jake Kelly third right now, fastest. Canadian Patrick fourth fastest, and now with the update, Frank Caruso has made it into the top 5 fastest drivers and knocked right back out as everyone completes that lap. George Wright will steal that right away.
Archer Miller choosing to hit pit road here. He's taking tires. I don't know if he has damage or not, because he's still sitting there. And still sitting there, so he must have had must hit the wall, had some damage, or...
That is definitely a possibility. It is easy for that truck to get super tight coming out of turn 4 and clip that outside wall there. Our fastest...
Mr. Ted Newman's kind of dropped off the pace here a little bit. He's about 3/10 slower than the first and third place driver at the moment, so he might have just used up his stuff.
That is a good possibility, and, you know, it sucks to have, you know, kind of use your stuff up earlier than maybe the rest of the field or the top 5 guys that you're racing against. But it doesn't mean you can't learn and adjust as the race goes on. So we'll have to see what he's got in store after these pit stops, which, from the looks of it, are probably going to be some green flag pit stops. Black flag for the 27 of Archer Miller. I'm assuming getting caught speeding coming off of pit road. He will have to come back around and serve that penalty under green, losing a little bit more time.
Yeah, very lengthy pit stop he had, so it's not going to help. He's already 3 laps down.
Yes, that is definitely going to be a tough comeback for the 27 machine tonight, but not impossible.
Oh, Joshua Harhead has made the pass on Paul Caruso for 5th.
Still some real hard racing between the two. Not much of a gap there quite yet either. And a couple, ooh, the 69 of Jake Ellie getting a little loose there coming out of turn 4. Almost brings out our first caution, but he keeps it underneath of him with good save. Paul Caruso wrapping that bottom line is definitely gaining a little bit mid-corner and seems to be keeping up on corner exit there with the 18 of Joshua Hart. Right now, current lap leaders of the race has been Morgan Lilly the entire race, all 26 laps so far. Closing in on lap 28 here as we come up. Nope, still lap 27. Sorry, I'm ahead of myself here. Coming through lap 27, closing in on 28 in about half a lap as Morgan Lilly makes his way down the back stretch. Looks like the 69 at Jake Helly has been getting a little loose and maybe a little tight through some of the corners. He is starting to lose some spots. Paul Caruso now challenging for that 6th place position, and he almost loses it again coming off of turn 4.
Wow.
Frank and
That'll pucker you up.
Yeah, well, Frank and Paul Caruso are going to capitalize big time and drive right on around, followed by Tony Lane. That is 3 positions right there that Jake Helly just lost for one minor mistake. The competition out here is tight.
But we stay green still. I think we're running from the last race and this race. We have been caution free.
Caution free, and that's exactly what we like to see here at USSA. I forgot what I was going to add on to the end of that. That's exactly what we want to see here in these league races. Don't mind me, guys. I slept for maybe 4 hours last night after working all day yesterday, and then woke up and went right back to work again today. I cannot for the life of me fall asleep at a decent time, and it is no one's fault but my own.
You want to jump over to the P2 battle right now there?
Yes, I do. I didn't even notice. I was too wrapped up in everything going on mid-pack.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Sean Harrell making a dive to the inside through turns 1 and 2. Almost stays with his door. The 31 gets a little loose coming out of turns 1 and 2. We'll have to see if that builds a run for the 22 here coming through 3 and 4.
I've been clicking back and forth watching Sean, and he's been the fastest truck out of the top 3, way faster than Ted, and about just a half a tenth faster than Morgan. So he has gained on all of them. If he can make this pass pretty quick, maybe he can get up there for the pit stops. But looks like he's going to run it. Pit stops are coming here 5 laps or so, maybe.
Yeah, I think we are officially in the pit window. Drivers will probably be looking to come down pit road any lap now. And you really
just
want
starting to hear communication from the drivers. They are making their way to pit road.
Just as expected, about 30 laps in. Just about on the money with 30 to 35 laps of fuel. Tony Lane bringing it down pit lane.
Premature
yes,
acceleration team.
It's the best team out there on track. Just teasing. Oh, a black flag for the 5 of Tyler Atkins. I believe he was also on pit road. He was indeed catching a speeding penalty. It looks to be on his exit of pit lane. That is going to be kind of rough to deal with as these pit cycles are underway.
That's especially on these green flags things. Like that's half your battle in your mind, trying to how fast you want to try to get on pit road, get out of pit road, or just be cautious and not make the mistake.
100%. I mean,
That's
the two most important, and I would say arguably the hardest pit stops to nail, are your first pit stop of the race and your last pit stop of the race, especially under green. Oh,
we got P3
Newman.
Newman. Oh, he saved it.
Almost loses it trying to get that truck slowed down to come down pit lane. Him and Joseph Bonner together will make their first pit stops of the night. Jake Helly hanging on strong. Couple of hiccups there throughout the race.
The leader is on pit road as well.
Yes, the leader has come down. Sean Harrell, our new race leader for now until he has to bring it down into the pits. Joshua Hart and Jake Helly still out there on track. They will take second and third. Travis Trevelyan, Canadian Patrick, and Tim Klesch, I don't believe have pit yet. Just as I say that, Sean, Josh, and Jake all making their way down pit road. Travis, Patrick, and Tim have opted to stay out another lap. Getting those laps led. I wanted to go over the biggest gainers of that first pit cycle, and I missed it. Wasn't paying attention, didn't realize we were already starting the pit cycle.
Interesting to see here what laps Lilly can run coming out of the pits. They were about 31.9s, 32s. The leaders were before they entered the pits here, so see how much of an advantage the tires are.
Tim Klesch still hanging on strong. He definitely saved some fuel. He seemed to be running somewhat reserved throughout the beginning half of this race, and he has managed to keep that truck out there for 36 laps. And it looks like he is getting it slowed up coming into 3 and 4. He will finally bring it to pit road, which will put Morgan Lilly back in the lead after this pit cycle.
He breaks off his first lap out after his out lap of 30.3.
Ooh.
So a second and almost two seconds faster than when he was running before he pitted.
Running even quicker as the race goes on. Not too much of a surprise. Rubber is getting laid down in those corners. These trucks are getting a little extra help, a little extra grip there as the race goes on. These tires will wear out and leave rubber all over the track.
Newman ran a 30.2 on his out lap, after his out lap, I mean.
Yeah, everyone getting a little bit quicker, and Ted Newman managing well, only 2.2 seconds behind the leader after the pit cycle. It is sometimes hard to not build a gap between you and the leader. I believe Ted had pit 1 lap earlier than Morgan, which definitely helped his case in staying close to the leader. Sean and Joe right now are closest battle in the top 5 for the 3rd place position. Joe gets to the inside of the 22. Can he complete the pass through 3 and 4? He does.
Silver Bullet.
Oh, and he almost loses it. He saves it. He's still got the momentum, but they will drag race down the front straightaway.
We'll refrain from calling him the Silver Bullet. It was not good luck for him.
It was not, but he sticks it to that line through turns 1 and 2, and he will hold on to 3rd place. What a recovery there by Joseph Bonner.
He must be practicing for that upcoming Dirt USA series here we're going to be having soon.
Yes, hopefully we can pull the numbers in to make it broadcast worthy so you guys can come hang out, have some fun, and spend 1 weeknight a week down at the dirt tracks with us. Ted Newman slowly reeling in Morgan Lilly has cut that 2.2 second gap down to 1.4, just shy of a second and a half. Almost closing in a full second since the pit cycle has happened. Couldn't find a word for that one.
Yeah, Newman's running about a 10th faster a lap right now. How much Lilly is going, or just letting him burn his stuff up, catching up to him. But the race is on here.
Our next battle underway right now for that 8th place position. Tony Lane and Paul Caruso battling it out side by side through 3 and 4. Tony almost getting clear down the front straightaway, but a little bit of traffic in front is going to impede that charge, and they will stay side by side through turns 1 and 2. Now the 28 in front of Paul Caruso is going to open the door for Tony Lane. He will take 8th place. Now battling for 7th, trying to get around the 61 of Plies, and they make contact. It'll be our first caution of the night.
That's it. That was great racing right there. That's disappointing. Tony
Yeah,
just
that was some real close racing. Definitely
this high side of 3 or 4 is tough, so just lost it off of it there.
Yeah, I was going to say it looked like the 76 may have gotten a little loose. He does, and he comes down and he just clips the right rear quarter panel of the 61, puts both of them in the wall, and collects the... Is that the 06 of Paul Caruso? It is. 3 drivers involved. Doesn't look too damaged on the 06 for Paul there, but the 76 and the 61 definitely taking a decent hit there on the outside wall. Hopefully they didn't tag the wall too many times before their pit cycles and still have 1 fast repair remaining. We will have to see. Another question is, who is going to come in with there being an extra set of tires? I know we just all pitted not too many laps ago, but does anyone make the jump and maybe take some tires to run a little longer on the next stint?
Joseph has taken the advantage here. I think that's a smart choice, actually.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea at all. Joseph Bonner and Kyle Bishop, Joshua Hart, Paul Caruso as expected after being involved in the incident, Travis Trevelyan, Jonathan Stidham, George Wright, Mikey Allen, and Canadian Patrick all bringing it down, maybe going to top up fuel. We'll see if anyone here grabs tires. I don't see anyone's cars going up in the air. It looks like just a fuel stop for everyone. They're going to try to stretch those tires out as long as they can.
What lap are we on here? I can't.
We will be coming to lap 45 once we get to the line.
Yeah, it's just definitely a one-stop race for those people who just completed their pit stop. So, and they're going to be on fresh tires here, and those tires, I think, even just a couple laps, they should really be able to make some headway here.
I think they may be just a tad bit short on a one stop, because I think they're only getting about 35 laps, close to 40 if they can save, but I don't know that they'll be able to stretch enough to run it to the checkered from here on out. Archer Miller now coming down.
Joseph going in the pits again?
Yeah, maybe to top off. Maybe
top off.
Maybe they are closer than I thought. Paul Caruso and Jonathan Stidham also going to take the same advice or same strategy.
Yeah, they'll all have to pit again. They'll all have to pit again. It's just the people who haven't pitted. I don't know if they can do just one more or not.
I believe they can. I believe they'll have just enough to squeeze in one more stop and make it a two-stop race. 27 of Archer Miller, I caught there, almost blowing through his pit box, saves it. He's able to throw it in reverse and do what he's got to do down there on pit road.
Archer's been on pit road the most. He should know where his pit is by now.
Morgan Lilly and Ted Newman are top two for just about the entirety of the race, other than the pit cycle, will be bringing us back to the green flag here. Pace lights are off. We are 1 to green as we enter in 3 and 4.
Who is the first person on new tires? Is that Mikey Allen or is it?
I believe Kyle Bishop sitting there in 6th
Okay.
position. So not. Oh no, not. I think Kyle only took fuel. I don't think anyone that pit took tires. Everyone should be just about the same on tires currently. I think the person that waited the absolute longest to pit was Tim Klesch. Klesch or Tweech, one of the two. Oh no, and we've got a caution right off the rip. Mikey Allen is in the outside wall. Let's go ahead and catch a replay of that. And it looks like... Gonna watch it here in slow motion. Oh, it looks like he either misshifted the truck, or his tires just kind of spun real bad out of nowhere at the top of his gear.
He has taken the blame over the radio, obviously, so it's
Makes things rather easy for the race control tonight.
I like it.
Yeah, I know race control had quite the ball Monday night for our preseason super late model race there. Good handful of cautions in that one. To be expected though with those super late models, that driving is tough and very close between a lot of our drivers who got out there on track.
He needs to practice. He'll be it's good for him.
The more the merrier, we say, but we'd probably drive that guy crazy Monday nights. Let's take a look at our
He's young.
biggest gainers of the night so far. As it stands right now, Kyle Bishop and Canadian Patrick tied with being up 8 positions from the starting grid. Joshua Hart up 4, and Jonathan, actually a 3-way tie between Joshua Hart, Jonathan Stidham, and Frank Caruso, all up 4 positions from their original start. See that UL penalty being issued to Mikey Allen. He will start from the rear as Tony did last restart. Next time around should be our 1 the green signal. Should be racking them back up double file and trying this restart one more time. There's one thing I've noticed in my my time being up here in the broadcasting booth in a couple of different leagues is once you get everyone out there running green for so long and you stack them all back up together, something seems to happen rather quickly once everyone is forced to be super tight with everyone else back on track after having plenty of space to kind of race their own race for a while. "15 drivers left on the lead lap, coming to our 1 to green signal now."
See if Newman can get a good restart here, and should have the advantage if he can stay even here through 1 and 2.
Yeah, it has definitely seemed to be a pretty dominant line to be on the outside there through 1 and 2. So if he can keep pace with the 41 of Morgan Lilly on this restart, I think they have a shot at maybe taking the lead come the back stretch. Morgan Lilly out here advertising Florida watermelon. I don't live too close to Florida, but maybe I'll have to order myself one from Florida because it's got to be some pretty good watermelon if you're advertising that on the race.
I don't think they really got anything else to offer down there, so.
They got gators.
Do have gators. I
Heard
think
they got a lot
Disney
of
World, I guess.
Gators in Disney World.
Yep, about it. Should be a fun restart here. These yellows are starting to breed some cautions, and
Definitely bringing the entire pack back together, forcing everyone back into some rather tight racing. Something they haven't done since the first couple of laps. Morgan Lilly off to a monster restart there as they jump out several car lengths ahead of Ted Newman.
jeez, Newman was sleeping.
Newman was not ready for that restart, that is for sure, as Sean Harrell almost sneaks the inside line there. Ted carrying just enough momentum to hold him off and get a killer run down the backstretch, separate both our top two from the rest of the pack at a little ways there. Ted Newman and Morgan Lilly are looking like a force to be reckoned with come the start of this truck season, starting next week. Ted Newman ripping that top line is making up killer time on the 41 of Morgan Lilly right now. Thought about diving to the inside before 3 and 4, is going to stay right on the bumper. Morgan going defensive and running the high line. Ted is going to drop down. They're side by side now coming into the line. Lap 53 out of 100. We are just over halfway, and Ted Newman is ready to give it his all as he takes first place. Give it a little slide job out of 1 and 2. 41 stays off of his bumper but jumps to the inside. We've got a heated battle for the lead.
It's allowing Sean to come up creeping here from P3. He's going to join this battle in a second, it looks like.
Yes, he is. That is one thing I always like to pay attention to when I am battling for position up here towards the front. You don't want to go too crazy, especially early in a restart where everyone is still so close to you.
Battle tighten the pack up.
That it did. Sean Harrell was almost a full second behind the two leaders, and once they started battling, that wrapped him back up within half a second of them. Within
He was also
a lap and a half.
He was also the best truck on the long run there for the top 5 or whatever, so giving him the advantage of being caught up to the leaders here and take care of his stuff, he could be the one to gain the most out of this.
He will 100% be one to look out for as this battle wages on. Ted Newman starting to step away a little bit from the 41 of Morgan Lilly.
You look down at P4 here. Look who's starting to creep in here for the first time all night. Mr. Kyle Bishop.
69 Jake getting into the wall a little bit. It's going to sacrifice a couple of positions again. Kyle Bishop, though, into the top 5, up 10 positions since the start of this race.
And Joseph Bonner on that restart, he was P11, P12. I think he might have taken tires because he is now P7, or not P7, geez. Yes, P7, sorry.
Yeah, Joseph Bonner up to P6. His teammate Kyle Bishop up to 4th. LJG Racing is definitely on the ball tonight at Charlotte. Trying to find a nice shot where we can see as much of the field as possible. Go ahead, I'm going to swap us over to the top overlay tickers so we get a nice little wide angle of everybody. At 37, looking to the inside of the 22 of Sean now. Looking to take that 3rd place position. The 18 of Joshua Hart sneaking to the bottom, almost getting into the rear bumper of Kyle Bishop coming out of turns 1 and 2. That top line is moving tonight.
Kyle's still working it here.
Kyle still working it, and the 18 of Joshua Hart challenging for that 4th place position is reeling Joseph in ever closer to battle and take advantage of any windows and opportunities his teammate makes for him as he works his way through this top 5. Joseph Bonner to the rear bumper of the 18 of Joshua Hart now. Hart doing a good job at running a fairly defensive line there through 3 and 4, making it a little difficult for Joseph to use any type of run he built up there on that back straightaway. Kyle Hart still side by side with the 22, back and forth. The leaders, single filed out right now, are starting to step away from the pack yet again.
Here comes Lily. Lily was a little bit faster on the longer on the Newman, and we might be seeing that right now.
37 getting a little loose there, coming out of 3 and 4.
Battle for the lead.
Battle for the lead again. Oh, they're touching bumpers. Incredible driving by these two. That was not easy for the 31 to keep straight. They're getting aggressive. A little bit of door. Oh no, and the 31 started getting a little loose there mid-corner. He saves
Sean
it.
here to take advantage. Here comes Sean.
Sean trying to take full advantage all over the rear bumper of that 31. Looking to the inside through 1 and 2. Can he keep the momentum? Not quite enough to stick door to door, but still close enough to build a run and make something happen. Canadian Patrick up 11 positions. Right now is in 6th. Made his way around the 11 of Joseph Bonner. Slowly working his way through the pack also. Ted Newman almost under fire from the 22. Looked like they were side by side a little bit there through 1 and 2. Ted sticking to the high line. He's keeping his momentum up.
John's starting to feel the pressure from Kyle. It's time to make a move, I think, for him.
And Ted definitely feeling a little bit of that wear on those tires. You can see that truck wanting to step out a little bit through some of these corners, especially in 3 and 4. Sean will complete the pass for P2. He now has 1 truck separating him from the lead.
He ran a faster lap by a little bit over Morgan that last lap, and he was making a pass, so we'll see what he can do with some clean air here.
100%. And Kyle Bishop, Joshua Hart, and Ted Newman now all battling between the 3 of them for that 3rd position. Kyle Bishop trying to make that inside work. Ted Newman has been doing an astounding job at keeping that momentum up, running that high line, though.
I think Newman's starting to feel the effects of running really hard out of the pits there when he was trying to chase down Mr. Morgan there. And when you lose that big gap, they had some 6-second lead over everyone else, really, and you lose that and tightens the field back up, and the tires really
they
can be your friend and not your friend. And
they do not look very happy with him at this very moment.
John's still running a little bit faster, just a couple 3/100ths a lap here, nothing major.
He's definitely slowly reeling in that 41 of Morgan Lilly, lap by lap, sector by sector. You can see the gap between Sean and the bottom of the top 5 growing in distance, and the gap between Sean and the leader slowly starting to shrink.
He was almost a half a tenth faster that lap. Let's see what he's got here, but he's another half a tenth for Sean there.
Oh, I couldn't tell if they touched bumpers there or not. Looked like Joshua Hart starting to get a little fed up with the defensive driving display from the 31. Maybe giving him a little bump there on corner entry, trying to upset that truck and make an easy pass. He has been fighting for his life for this 3rd place position. And the more they fight, the more trucks get reeled into the battle. Here comes Kyle Bishop and Paul Caruso.
Caruso, silent killer here tonight. Look at him, out of nowhere.
Yeah, we were just talking about Canadian Patrick and Joseph Bonner being right there outside of the top 5, looking in, and now Paul Caruso knocking on the door.
Oh, Bonner I don't know if he saved it or not.
Bonner looks like he did save it. He is straight again and riding his ride.
He's going in the pits. He got loose off of 2, and it looked like he was heading right for the inside wall, but he's saved it somehow.
Immaculate save. You do not have a lot of space here at Charlotte to save that car once it gets rotated, especially down the backstretch. It looks fairly wide on camera, but when you are in the truck, it is... That inside wall comes up unbelievably fast once you lose them tires.
Leader is in the pits. Sean is in the pits as well.
And here comes Ted Newman, bringing it into the pits. New race leader Kyle Bishop opts to stay out at least one more lap. Joshua Hart and Paul Caruso now our top 3.
I'll keep an eye on these pits here.
Frank Caruso also joined our race leaders into the pits.
Dare I say it was an elite save by Joe.
I think you could call it something like that. A real tight battle here between our top 3, Kyle Bishop, Paul Caruso, and Joshua Hart. Paul Caruso making his way around the 18 of Mr. Hart there. Now to the inside of the 37. Still a little bit of overlap, I think. They're coming down the back straight, and Paul Caruso is going to dive it in on the inside.
I was watching the race off of pit road, and we had Mr. Morgan there. Him and Sean were nose to bumper coming into the pits, and out of the pits it was not the case. Morgan has a decisive 20-30 car gap. Something happened with Sean on pits, or just didn't get in as clean as Morgan.
Curious if maybe Morgan opted for a 2-tire pit stop and a top up on fuel instead of a full 4-tire stop.
It is possible.
Paul Caruso trying to find a line to clear the 37 of Kyle Bishop and secure the race lead. Still side by side down the front stretch for 2 laps in a row. Back and forth between our leaders. And Joshua Hart just hanging out right behind them, waiting for the right opportunity to strike.
I just the fear I have for these two with the tire advantage here. They are giving up a lot of time to 2 cars that they were already behind.
Yeah, they
with only 27 to go.
Want to be looking at coming down pit road awfully soon. Paul Caruso in the 06 gets loose. He saves it. Kyle Bishop panics a little bit, puts it into the wall, trying to give Paul all the room.
I'll be shocked if Josh does not have a penalty coming on pit road. He was sideways coming on. I don't know if he got caught speeding, but I don't see anything yet. So
Morgan Lilly has done a green flag stop and managed to catch the leaders and take his lap back the old-fashioned way. This spells trouble for Paul Caruso and Kyle Bishop when they finally make their green flag pit stop. Speaking of which, Kyle Bishop now into the pits. The only 2 cars, or trucks rather, not to pit yet are Paul Caruso in the 06 and the 00 of Jonathan Stidham.
if the fuel run or the laps were longer, waiting that long might not hurt you as bad because you catch them on the end of it. But with only 25 to go, might be a death sentence without a yellow here for them.
I was going to say it is definitely a ballsy play to make. A yellow flag could be the deciding factor. The 00 of Stidham brings it down pit road. Paul Caruso, the only truck left to bring it down pit road and finish out this pit cycle.
John unlapping himself currently as well. I mean, Paul, that's all his hope is right now. He's probably just to get a caution and catch everyone here a lap down and get those new tires and get to start P4 or something like that. But
the most important thing for Paul is making sure he is not the caution with the way that truck looks to be getting a little loose coming out of these corners. I'm not saying I don't have faith in the guy. He is a killer driver, and I have witnessed it. But sometimes when these things snap loose, there is only so much you can do to save it.
maybe he just brings out the caution himself, and then you know, and everyone's a lap down. He gets a pit.
Ted Newman on a blistering pace behind Paul there, looking a little loose through 3 and 4 already, and he is only a couple laps in on these new tires. But yeah, I mean, that is technically an option to bring the caution out yourself and trap the rest of the field a lap down. The only downside is you will be forced to start behind all of the lap cars. So you do separate yourself from the rest of the leaders and have a bunch of trucks in dirty air to work through to catch back up to them while they have the luxury of possibly stepping away from the rest of the pack. It's kind of a double-edged sword if you opt to bring the caution out yourself, whether it be intentionally or unintentionally.
Yeah, fair point. Didn't think, as a race controller, I didn't even think about it, that he would be getting the old EOL.
Joseph Bonner now unlapping himself around the leader. He is sitting in the top 5 currently.
He was the first one to pit during this cycle. Man, Caruso's still going.
Yeah, he definitely had a lot of extra fuel in the tank.
As I say that, I think he... No? I thought he was slowing down to come in. Maybe he's just... I don't know. There's no way he can save enough. So maybe he's just trying to stretch it as long as he can, waiting for that yellow.
I did not think that he had enough laps to save. Yeah, I didn't think the window was close enough for him to save enough fuel to make it the rest of the race. But maybe
he's pitting this. He's coming in this time. I just heard him over the radio.
This time by, unfortunately, no yellow for the 06 of Paul Caruso. This pit stop is gonna hurt, even if he nails it.
Yeah, Lily is coming down the back straightaway right now.
Now entering 3 and 4.
And Lily's not even at his pit stall yet, so. And Lily has gone by him. And he started his pit service. Probably going to take 2, I would say, to try to save time. And
I think 2 tires and a little bit of fuel is going to be the golden pit stop.
He is taking 4.
He does take 4 tires. Spending a little too much time on pit road without... I was going to say, without a caution, this kind of seals the deal for Caruso on this race. But if he gets a caution, that is going to be one dangerous truck to deal with. He will have so many less laps on his tires than the rest of the field. He has the possibility to kind of blow through some of the competition. It looks like our closest battle right now is between Kyle Bishop and Joshua Hart. Still about 7/10 between the 2 drivers, so nothing too crazy going on at the moment.
We're pretty spread out here on this last green flag run.
Sean Harrell staying smooth and steady, trying to cut that 4.6 second gap between him and the leader to maybe make something happen come the fall of this checkered flag.
And Paul's hoping and praying to find someone start racing and cause something, or throwing a water bottle out the window. I don't know.
Hitting his oil slick button to wipe someone out behind him.
Doing something. Hoping and prayer at this point.
Paul Caruso, the fastest driver on track, going by the last lap. Kyle Bishop, second fastest on track. Archer Miller, third. Joshua Hart, fourth. And Canadian Patrick, fifth for the fastest 5 on track currently.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, just looking at the times here, that Sean just had an issue getting in or off in pit road because Morgan Lilly's running faster times than him
Yeah, I was gonna
by a
say,
tenth.
Morgan is slowly extending that gap from 4.6 seconds now to about 4.9 seconds separating him in second place. He has a fairly sizable and comfortable gap here coming into 12 laps to go once they cross the line. Joseph Bonner and Joshua Hart now in a battle for that 5th place position right now. Joshua Hart making his way around through turns 3 and 4 will take 5th place. Joseph Bonner still close to the rear bumper of the 18. We'll have to see what he's got in store for him with these last 12 laps. 14 of Frank Caruso right behind Joseph Bonner. Ooh, now getting a run on the 11, maybe looking for an opportunity to pass here through 3 and 4. Nothing yet.
Old Frank in position here to outduel Paul with his pit strategy.
Yeah, I would say pitch strategy is definitely one of the most important things when it comes to oval racing. Frank Caruso making his way around the 11 of Joseph Bonner. He will now take second place.
Morgan Lilly continuing to stretch out his lead here, commanding.
Yeah, Morgan Lilly definitely did a killer job taking care of his truck coming off of pit road and saving tires for these last 10 laps. Now 9 laps to go.
Little gaggle of cars back here around Joseph Bonner and Frank, and
We got Canadian
Most of them
Patrick
nuts.
coming on to the scene now. The 69 of Jake Helly. The 27 of Archer Miller, who is a lap car, but is in the mix. Oh, Joseph Bonner tagging the wall a little bit. Couldn't tell if that slowed him up or not, but Jake Helly kind of stuck nowhere to go on his rear bumper. Canadian Patrick looking to the inside.
a little bit of a hornet's nest here. This is what Paul wants to see.
Yes, it is. That gives him a couple of positions to maybe score back closer to the lead come the end of this race. Sean Harrell, Joe Bonner, Joshua Hart, Tony Lane, and Morgan Lilly now our top 5 fastest drivers as we round out the last few laps of this race. Oh, sorry, this is fastest 5 best laps. These are the best laps of the race. P2, Sean Harrell has the fastest lap of the race, followed by Joseph Bonner, tied with Joshua Hart. Look at how tight that grouping is on the time for best lap of the race. That is only a 300th of a second difference between the fastest lap and the 4th fastest lap of the race set by these drivers.
Tony was a little premature with his fast lap and ended up hitting the wall, and now he's, where the heck's he at now? P16, a lap down, so. You just save that stuff for the end. Stay out of the wall.
They don't call our team premature acceleration for nothing.
We took care of that on Monday night as well. So.
Yes, we did. Kyle Bishop
yeah.
looking to put that 37 machine in the top 3. Now working the inside of the 31 of Ted Newman.
He wants that top 3 interview. That's the motivation, I can tell.
I know that's my interview when I'm down there on track. I just want to come up here and say hi.
Yeah.
As if I don't get enough screen time on Wednesdays, getting to be up here for an entire race yapping my hardest.
I'm glad he's moved in that spot. I want to see how much Joe's paying him to be on his team and be friends with him.
Joe's paying people for that? I did it for free.
I heard he. That's what he's doing.
Now I'm feeling scammed.
Yep.
Oh no, the 31
Oh,
at Newman in the
Newman.
outside wall out of turn 4. Gotta be careful. You don't want to knock the toe link out. Still 3 laps to go, and not a whole lot of distance between him and 5th place of Joshua Hart.
How the? Well, we were discussing all this stuff. Paul Caruso has jumped like 4 spots.
Paul Caruso making a killer drive, trying to get that thing into the top 5 before the end of this race.
We were just watching that battle, and I checked in on him. He was 4 seconds behind that battle. Now he's in front of them all.
Yeah, just a couple laps
He's
ago.
cranking.
Just a couple laps ago, behind the good grouping that we had there of about 4 or 5 trucks, somehow in just a couple laps finds his way around and is within a second of 5th place. He can see them in front of him. Final
He's
lap.
4 tenths faster. 4 tenths faster than that spot. 3 tenths faster than the leader. Just no time.
Look at him close the distance on the 18 of Joshua Hart. Gunning on the final lap to put that thing in the top 5. That is a motivated driver right there.
Got the leader coming into turn 3 here for the final time. Morgan Lilly takes the checkered flag.
Oh. Paul Caruso almost loses it out of 3 and 4, almost catching the 18 of Joshua Hart to snag a top 5. Settles just shy with 6th place there. Morgan Lilly will take the win. Sean Harrell, 2nd place, and Kyle Bishop driving that 37 up 11 spots to put it in 3rd. What a killer drive by all of these guys. We will conduct our post-race interviews in just a moment. Give these drivers just a minute to get their trucks parked up back on pit road, get unbuckled and out of the trucks, and we will be dragging them up here into the booth with us for a short moment. I don't know about you, Pat, but I think that was a pretty good race. Everyone drove.
Yeah, worked out about the way I thought it was gonna. The strategy was the key at the end there, and tires were king, and getting them faster than later was the way to be. Like I said, if the run was longer at the end, if they had like a 40 lap run at the end, I think Paul would have been in the catbird seat there. But 25 laps is pretty quick, especially when you're making good pace.
That it is. I mean, I think that's going to be a pretty common theme throughout a majority of these races here is definitely going to be taking care of the tires and timing your pit stops for tires at the right times. I mean, shouldn't be too many crazy fuel mileage saving races here. A lot of it should come down to just pure pit stop strategy and driver skill to bring it home 1st place under the checkered flag or in the top 3 at best.
I don't see Morgan Lilly in any of our channels here to pull into here. Kyle Bishop's down there. We got Sean in the waiting room. Get one of these boys on here. Oh shit.
Oh, that one's going in the slow air jar. Let me go ahead. Oh, I see him down there. I am going to go ahead and steal Kyle Bishop, our
Get him in
third
there.
8
place
seconds.
finisher. Kyle, it is Josh and Patrick up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, what a killer drive by the 37. Up, I think it was 13 spots at the end of the race to put it in third. Almost running down the leaders, just a few laps short. Nonetheless, a killer podium finish here for the 37 and the LJG team. Go ahead and tell me a little bit about the race and what kind of strategy you guys were trying to work out down there.
Yeah, I kind of botched my qualifying, so had to shake it up a little bit. Try to stay out as long as I could to make sure I had fresh heat at the end if something ended up happening. But if something did happen, I might have could have won. But we'll never see.
Yeah, sometimes that is the gamble you gotta take, especially with how rowdy things get, and in these closing laps, especially here at Charlotte. I mean, everyone drives their hardest, and I feel like people are definitely bound to make mistakes more often than not, especially towards the end. So, not a bad call.
For sure.
Still worked out in a podium finish, bringing it home in the top 3. Pat, you got any questions and or comments for our third place finisher?
The most important question of the night, Kyle. I was thinking about as you were. I could see you were hustling to get to the top 3 to get to this interview. How much is Joe paying you to be on his team?
So far, not enough, apparently.
All right, that's what I was figuring.
Contract.
Yeah, after the truck he gave you for qualifying, I was pretty sure that it might have ended that relationship. Yeah, but I'd demand some more. You're the top dog over there, so.
Yeah. I'll be looking for some more change.
Oh yeah, good job, man.
Gonna need a little
Good
extra
run.
crowdfunding to get that motor tuned up right for them first place finishes
right.
later this season.
That's right.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on a P3 finish. Anyone you would like to thank and or shout out tonight that helped you complete this race in the top 3?
Just like to thank the team. They're they're doing great.
I don't think it's really appropriate to thank them now.
Yeah, they're doing great. They had our troubles today, but we'll get them up here.
Yes, sir. And
Yeah, man. So, always good racing with you, man. We'll catch you on Monday night.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
alrighty. Congratulations on P3 tonight, Kyle, and we will see you again soon, I'm sure.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, that was our P3 finisher, Kyle Bishop, in the number 37. Let's go ahead and drag up Sean, our P2 finisher, our runner-up. Sean, congratulations on P2, and killer drive, killer strategy, and it almost worked. I think my most important question is what happened on pit road during that final green flag stop.
Man, that was my question.
Well,
Oh yeah, continue,
I got
Sean.
Good thing I got an answer for both of you. Then I did slide to the box ever so slightly. I gotta work on that, man. That killed pretty much everything I had. I was right on him going into pits, and I really thought that if I got out good, that we could actually race for it. And I slid the box, and then honestly, man, I had to go into ultra fuel save mode there. That last run, I was barely to the good. So yeah, man, congrats to Morgan, dude. He had an awesome race. It was a really good time.
Yeah, man, and congratulations to you. I mean, that was like I said, it was a killer drive. We loved watching the battles from up here. It's always fun calling the races around here and watching you guys give it your all down there on track. So,
Thank you. It was definitely a workout. I'm actually sweating. Truck was, to be honest with you, man, the run would start off, kind of tight mid, and then it would just snap loose coming out. I mean, it is Charlotte. Truck unloads, especially out of 4, but just keeping it underneath you coming out of the corner was tricky. As the run went on, though, the balance was pretty good. Like I said, I spent most of the time trying to save, and then spent that last run trying not to run out of fuel. So
understandable. I mean, we saw plenty of drivers down there on track looking like they were having quite the time handling these things here at Charlotte. They did not look, to say the least, the easiest to drive at this track, especially with the bumped up horsepower. So killer drive by all you guys, and especially you top 3 finishers.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Patrick,
Yeah, man. So I got it. Don't bring it over me.
Yeah.
After you stole my question. So I guess I'm gonna go with like a random question. That's what I'm gonna do for the top 3. I think it's a new thing here. Just gotta let some people get to know you and stuff. Other than being the fastest on the long run, which was great. I was watching your times. You were in position there, just like you said. That pit stop killed you. But let's go. What's your beer of choice?
Absolutely Natural Light.
Damn, that's interesting.
When you picture, you don't look like a Natural Light guy. I was gonna say like a Bud Heavy or something.
No, it used to be Bush Heavy. I switched over to Natural Light, man, and that's my go-to.
I've heard them Natty Lights are pretty good.
I like them. I get made fun of for it, but I do like them.
You gotta drink what you drink, man.
It's gonna be haters on anything that you do. Someone's gonna hate something. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah. Too many of them, though, and I won't be finishing second. I do know that.
You keep sweating, you're gonna need some more hydration. You got to start drinking more.
That's very true, man.
Yeah,
good run, man.
It's like a double-edged sword. Congratulations on P2, Sean, and any shout-outs and or thank yous you want to put out there before we let you go?
Yeah, man. Thanks, you guys, for broadcasting. It's excellent. Thanks for Jonathan putting on the league. It's awesome. I'm really happy to be here. Thanks, Mikey, for bringing me over. And then my teammates, Riley couldn't be here tonight, but I want to thank Pat, helping me out, field strategy, all that good stuff, man.
Yeah, man. Well, congratulations on P2, and I'm sure we'll get to see a little bit more of you here throughout the season.
I hope so. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, that was our P2 finisher tonight, Sean Harrell. Let's go ahead and interview our number 1 finisher, Morgan Lilly, bringing it home first place with quite a demanding race altogether. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about that, Morgan.
I don't really know, to be honest. I did the track was so slick, but it was really snappy in 3 and 4, dude. And also battling dirty air was pretty tough when I was battling Ted there for the first couple laps in that third run, I think. But once I got past around him, I can't believe the different pace that I had out in clean air. But managed to keep the right rear and the right front underneath me for the last run and bring it home.
Yeah, man. I mean, me and Pat up here, we watched obviously the entirety of the race. We got to call it, and killer drive by everyone down there. You know, you did phenomenal. You did a real good job kind of managing the tires, your pit strategy there. I was originally curious until we interviewed Sean whether or not you had taken just 2 or 4 tires on the last stop because you added quite a bit of distance, but now we know that Sean overdrove the box ever so slightly. But, yeah, I mean, I don't think I really have any specific questions. Do you have any, Patrick?
Oh, man. You made the race a snoozer, so that was good. So thanks for that.
What about hands raised? That's my fault.
No, man, that was you just. I think anyone that got to you was trying so hard to get to, they'd use their stuff up. I think Sean was the only one on that first run. He was maybe just half a tenth faster for a little bit, but for the most of the race, man, you had the whole thing pretty much covered. So
yeah,
sometimes it's like that.
Sean definitely had me worried because I was definitely looking at my relative and saw him catching me in a few parts of the track, and that end of that run, I was like, oh no, I think he's figured it out at the end of the run. I'm like, that's not good for me.
That is definitely one of the scariest things to see, being in first as a driver, coming with the laps ticking down like that.
Yeah, before we get you to your shoutouts and stuff, let's get to your random question in the top 3 here. What is your prison meal? What is your last meal before they put you on the chair?
Oh God, you're gonna have to. I guess I'm gonna have to go with. I need a number 1 from Chick-fil-A, original with no pickle, 1 pack of barbecue sauce. Actually, and add 2 of those sandwiches with no pickle, 2 packs of barbecue sauce, 1 large fry, 1 medium mac and cheese, and give me maybe one large Coke. That'd be it.
Damn, you're saving the
Honestly?
prison some money.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
to be fair, Chick-fil-A is pretty good if
Chick-
you ask me.
Chick-fil-A never
Oh,
misses.
Not saying it's a bad choice. I'm just saying you could ask for anything. You
I
can make it
could.
spend some more money on the way out.
But I have a problem when it comes to Chick-fil-A, and I will admit that. My hand is raised.
I
Not
was
the worst
gonna
problem to
say
have.
I am a Chick-fil-A connoisseur myself. I worked at a Firestone that shared a parking lot with one, and all 5 days of the week I was at work, I was eating Chick-fil-A for lunch. It's a miracle I didn't gain 50 pounds.
It's truth. And their breakfast slaps too.
It does. Some days I was eating
Now
it
I'm gonna-
twice.
now I'm gonna It's too late to be getting this hungry, so let's
Right.
stop the food talk.
For sure.
All right, man. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna get to the shout outs.
Okay, yeah. Anyone you want to thank and shout out?
I'd like to thank everybody out here at USSA, please, United States Stock Car Association, for all putting this on. Mainly Joe and Jonathan for all the hard work they do. Y'all guys putting on the broadcast, I really appreciate y'all doing that for sure, and everybody in race control doing all that. Really appreciate all the members here that are very clean racers for the most part, with only 2 cautions. That's really impressive considering some of the other leagues I've been in on iRacing. So huge shout out to y'all. That's about all the shout outs. I really appreciate what y'all do.
Yeah, man. Thank you
We
guys
appreciate you, man.
down there for putting on a show. Thank you for the shout outs, and congratulations on putting that 41 machine in victory lane tonight. Hopefully we get
Thank
to chat it up a little more as the season goes on.
Yeah,
now
can't wait.
now it's the time to do it when it counts. So
Yeah, I can't wait for the season to get started for sure.
All right, man.
all right, we'll be talking to you.
Congratulations on P1, and we will see you again in the near future.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you.
All right, and that was our top 3 drivers of the night. Let's go ahead and roll through our results and see where everyone brought it home tonight. All right, first place is going to be Morgan Lilly. Second, Sean Harrell. Third, Kyle Bishop. Fourth will be Ted Newman, and Joshua Hart will round out our top 5. Sixth, Paul Caruso, and 7th, Frank Caruso. 8th, Jay Kelly. 9th, Patrick. I'm not going to try it. I'm going to mess it up. Canadian Patrick will bring home 9th. 10th, Joseph Bonner to round out the top 10. 11th will be Jonathan Stidham. Let me see if I can get this to stop. There we go. Stop flicking through while I'm trying to read the names. Tim Cleish going to bring it home 12th. George Wright 13th. Travis Trevelyan 14th. Mikey Allen 15th. 16th to Tony Lane. 17th to Archer Miller. 18th to Russell Blaze. 19th to Tyler Atkins. 20th to Damian Justice. And I think that is the rest of the field. So
That is it.
I want to say so. I don't know why
It
it
is.
was
'Cause
flicking.
Damian
Oh.
didn't even make the start, so
It was flicking through because of someone up here in the booth being counted as a driver. Nonetheless, our hard charger award tonight goes to Kyle Bishop, up 11 positions from his starting spot. Most laps led will go to Morgan Lilly, leading 76 out of 100 laps. 10 green flag lead changes with 7 different leaders. Says our fastest lap set by Morgan Lilly, but I believe that was different. I want to say. Saying Tyler Atkins now, but I want to say that was Sean Harrell that set the fastest lap, and pole position qualifier Morgan Lilly. 2 total cautions tonight, coming out to 6 laps only. And I'd say a pretty killer race, wouldn't you, Patrick?
yeah, man. I mean, that's 2 races here, the 2 last preseason races, and we have 2 cautions combined. So if we can get that kind of performance once the season starts, it probably people can start running a little bit harder and towards the end of the season, and when it starts counting, it gets a little bit different. But I think we have a pretty good baseline here, so it'll be fun for season to be out the booth with you, and hopefully the race control is nice and easy. I can just concentrate on calling out some of these people.
Yeah, man, you and me both. The driving tonight was killer by all these guys, and some real clean, hard racing. So I am definitely excited to get this season underway. With that, that will conclude our race for tonight. Thank you guys for coming out. Be sure to stop in every Monday and every Wednesday for Season 1 of the Super Late Model Stocks and Season 1 of the 110% horsepower USSA trucks. We will see you guys again next week. I hope you guys have a great night and enjoy.
Peace.
Basket can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on. Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force him off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Bouchard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh,
and
my
to the
goodness.
line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it? Basket can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on. Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to